Stephanie Edwards here. I'm a seven-figure legal nurse. I have my own business. I use the LNC Blueprint as a platform of mine, and I am one of the spokesperson for the National Legal Nurse Consulting Network. One thing I don't think a lot of us realize when we get into business is there's this thing called transaction fees, and this came up a couple weeks ago with some of our nurses, and I thought it would be important and valuable for me to share with you guys how to deal with this and what this looks like and why this is important when you have the LNC Blueprint. I want to go through some of those aspects just so that you have a better understanding of what you're paying for and why you're being charged the fees that you're being charged. The main reason is to put as much money in your pocket and to leave as much money in your pocket as possible, right? So, the LNC Blueprint is the operating system. It is the marketing tool. It's the emails, it's the outreach, it's the connection between you and your attorneys, it's the e-signing, it's the bill paying, right? And the collecting of invoices. It's your business bundled inside of a box operationally. And there's a lot of how-to in there. And one thing I think, and Angela and I have talked about this, we want to add this in is just to share with you guys some educational knowledge behind what payment processors fees mean and what that means to you and your business. Again, the goal is to keep more money in your pocket instead of more of it having to go to someone else. So I didn't realize how much money I was saving by going directly to a payment processing company versus a company like Stripe. Stripe, Wave, QuickBooks, PayPal, they all have transaction fees, right? Has anybody noticed that the transaction fees have gone up? They used to be like 2.9 to 3.5%. Now they're like 3.9 on a good day to 4.9 or even 5.5%. That means that if you take $1,500 into your account, Stripe is going to charge you on average 5% before they even give the money to you. They take their money out and then they give you the rest. I used to think small price to pay, no big deal. At $1,500, it doesn't sound like a lot, but when my business is growing and I have $100,000 worth of transactions, 5.5% is $5,500 that never makes it to my bank that I don't ever get to see. 1.2% is only $1,200. That's $4,300 I get to keep for every 100,000. Do you see what I mean? It starts to add up. If your goal is $100,000 over the course of a year, that $4,300, I started thinking, what could I do with that money? That's money that I could reinvest in my company, that I could put back into ads, or that I could pay to someone to help me manage cases, right? That's money that I could send to a subcontractor. That's money that I could go on a vacation with. That's a lot of money. I didn't know this until the end of last year in a fret. And what I had told Angela and them is, if we're going to develop the LNC Blueprint, we need to make sure we keep not only create efficiency, but keep as much money in these nurses' pockets as possible. I use LNC Blueprint myself. I'm never going to recommend something to you guys if I don't use it. That's pretty much the person that I am. If I am not a customer of them myself, I'm not going to tell you to go do it.